Storytime friends, how are you doing? It's been a while since I got to do a story time and record it. And so let's start with our first song. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Clap your hands and stomp your feet. Make your hands all nice and neat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. So I'm recording this and it's the beginning of November and it's fall and there's lots of colors of leaves on the trees and on the ground, and it's kind of chilly outside and I love fall. So today we are going to read some stories that have to do with apples. This is just a toy apple I grabbed from home, but there are some stories that have to do with apples, and it made me think about apple pie. And apples are kind of a fall fruit, I feel like. So our first story is called Ouch. And it's by Ragnhild Scammell and Michael Terry, if you can see that. Hedgehog had just finished building her winter nest under the old apple tree, not too large and not too small, just right for a nice long winter sleep. She looks really tired, doesn't she? Suddenly, a juicy red apple landed on her back. Ouch, she squealed. She curled into a spiny ball, hoping it would fall off. But when she uncurled, the juicy red apple was still there. Hedgehog tried to squeeze herself and the apple into the beautiful new nest, but could she get in? No, she could not with the apple on her back. The nest was too small. Oh dear. Squirrel scurrying past with an armful of brown nuts stopped to help. Stand still, I'll push the apple off, he said, and he pushed. And he struggled, and he heaved, and he tugged. That doesn't look like it's coming off, does it, you guys? But the juicy red apple stayed where it was. Worse still, 3 of Squirrel's brown nuts got caught in Hedgehog's spines. So now she had a juicy red apple and 3 brown nuts on her back. It's just getting worse. Oh dear, wailed Hedgehog. Winter is coming and I can't get into my nest. What will I do? Try rolling on your back, snorted Pig. Trotting up, that'll get rid of it all. Hedgehog threw herself on the ground. Her little legs paddled in the air as she twisted and wriggled and rolled. Has it all gone? She asked hopefully, scrambling to her feet. Pig shook his head. No, the juicy red apple and the 3 brown nuts were still there. So were a small green pear and a crumpled brown leaf. Oh dear, sighed Hedgehog, rolling her eyes. But up in the sky, sailing towards Hedgehog, she saw a colorful piece of paper. Bother, she cried. This way and that, she ran as fast as she could, this way and that. Drifted the paper and landed right on her back, between the apple and the 3 brown nuts. You see the paper? It's not fair, she cried. Hedgehog, who now had a juicy red apple, 3 brown nuts, a small green pear, a crumpled brown leaf, and a colorful piece of paper on her back. I'll never get into the nest. Hedgehog pattered to the pond and gazed at her reflection in the water. Hello, Hedgehog. That's a lot of stuff on your back, croaked Frog. I'm trying to get rid of it, sniffed Hedgehog. Dive, said Frog. That will wash it off. Hedgehog dipped a foot in the murky water, then dived. Splash, her friends watched Hedgehog bobbing up and down, the juicy red apple, the 3 brown nuts, the small green pear, The crumpled brown leaf and the colorful piece of paper were all still there. So was a pink water lily. Oh, glug, 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 gurgled Hedgehog, and the others heaved her out of the water. She did look funny. But Hedgehog did not find it funny. "Stop laughing," she spluttered and stamped her feet on the ground. "Where am I going to sleep?" Pig and Squirrel looked worried. So did Frog. "I do have one last idea," oinked Pig. "Squeeze through the hedge over there. That'll brush everything off." So Hedgehog closed her eyes and squeezed herself through the thick leaves. But did it get everything off her back? What do you guys think? No, it did not. It was all still there. So were 4 ripe blackberries, and there, staring at her with a look of great surprise, stood Goat. "Ooh," cried Goat, "you've brought lunch." "Help yourself," said Hedgehog. "Take it all." "Yippee!" brayed Goat. Then he picked up and ate the juicy red apple, the 3 brown nuts, the small green pear, the pink water lily, and the 4 ripe blackberries. For pudding, he ate the paper. The only thing he left was the crumpled brown leaf. He just couldn't eat any more. "Hooray!" cried Hedgehog. She felt as light as a feather. "Thank you, Goat," she said. Then she ran as fast as her little legs could carry her, through the gate, past the pond, across the orchard, under the tree, and home to her nest. Hedgehog squeezed into her little nest and lifted her perfectly. It fitted her perfectly, and it was the best nest ever. Outside, a cold wind blew another apple off the tree, but it didn't fall on Hedgehog. She was safe in her nest and fast, fast asleep. I bet she was so tired by the end. So thank goodness for goats, and thank goodness goats like to eat everything, right? Okay, friends, let's take a minute and get some wiggles out, if you can see me, and let's pretend that my trusty fan here is an apple tree. We're gonna climb the apple tree and we're gonna get the apples out, and you can just follow me, okay? Are you ready? Here we go round the apple tree, apple tree, apple tree. Here we go round the apple tree on this November morning. This is the way we climb the ladder, climb the ladder, climb the ladder. This is the way we climb the ladder on this November morning. This is the way we pick the apples, pick the apples, pick the apples. This is the way we pick the apples on this November morning. This is the way we wash the apples, wash the apples, wash the apples. This is the way we wash the apples on this November morning. And this is the way we eat our apples, eat our apples, eat our apples. This is the way we eat our apples on this November morning. Do you guys like to eat apples? Apples and peanut butter are my favorite. Okay, let's get ready for one more story. So let's dance our fingers up, dance our fingers down, dance our fingers side to side, dance them all around, dance them on our shoulders, dance them on our head, and dance those fingers to bed. Okay, our last story is called Ducking for Apples by Lynne Berry and illustrated by Hiro Nakata. And illustrated means that's the person who did all the artwork and drew the pictures. Okay, blue sky, sunshine, head outside, let's ride bikes. 5 ducks decide, training wheels, the first 2 say. 3 little ducklings shout, no way! Look, these little ducklings are excited to get outside. 5 bold ducks on 10 thin wheels bobble, wobble, squeak, and squill. You see them going up and down the hills. 1 duck teeters, 2 ducks swerve, 3 ducks totter, 4 ducks curve. 5 little ducks now ride full steam. Can't catch us, we're the great duck team. 5 ducks slowing, climb a hill, huff, puff, huff, puff, huff, until 5 ducks reach for the sky, soar downhill as the wind whips by. It's fun to go fast, isn't it? Windswept ducklings coast to a stop at a rock by a tree with a snack on top. Yippee, apples, 2 ducks call. Stack up, 5 ducks tall. Are they gonna get on each other's shoulders? These guys didn't have a ladder to climb the tree, did they? 1 little duck at the top of the stack reaches tiptoe for the snack. 1 little duckling still so high picks more apples for a pie. And picks more apples for a cake, but 8 skinny duck legs start to quake. Uh-oh. Hurry, hurry, 4 ducks shout. Too late, duck legs all give out. Oh no. Duck stack crumbles, apples tumble. I'm still hungry, 4 ducks grumble. Well, there's definitely a lot of apples on the ground. 1 little duck says, scoot around, gather apples from the ground. Oh, good idea, right? Ducks scoop apples, oops, some spill. Ducks walk bikes back up the hill. Ducks zip homeward, coast and break, tramp inside and start to bake. 3 little ducks cut fruit in slices, mix with sugar, top with spices. 2 little ducks press sticky dough down in the dish where the fruit will go. That makes me hungry for apple pie. Ducklings bake their apple treat, topped with whipped cream. Eat, ducks, eat. Whipped cream's the best part. 5 ducks lick 5 sticky beaks, sticky fingers, sticky cheeks, and full of pie and full of cream, ducks drift off to a sweet duck dream. Just like the hedgehog, they were sleeping at the end of the story. So I hope you had fun today reading about apples and singing a little bit about apples. So I guess it's time for a goodbye song. Goodbye, friends, goodbye, friends, goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. I'll see you next time. I'll see you next time. I'll see you next time right here at Storytime. Have a wonderful week, everyone.